Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about my final course reflection with my Intro to Special Education class. The first question that asked me is, did the course meet your expectations? And I would say, yeah, it did, and it really exceeded my expectations, actually. I actually really enjoyed this class. It was fun to be able to actually teach and see how other people teach and see how other people do things. I think it was really cool to just see how everyone works differently but still can convey the message that they need to. Um, all the material was discussed in the syllable. We did everything that was supposed to be done. It was just a good class. I really enjoyed it. I can't really say anything bad about it. Like it met my expectations. I had a good time in it, and it's one of my favorite classes I've actually taken at Butler so far. So that was pretty cool. The second question is, did you meet your own expectations of yourself? Why or why not? And I would say, yeah, I did for sure. I spent some time in the classrooms and I got a better understanding of special ed knowledge and just teaching in general knowledge. I got a lot more just like general classroom knowledge, I think, from this class than I have in any other thing in life. It was just nice to see how other people do things and see other examples and just how to change my model to make it better, I guess. So I really think that I like exceeded my own expectations for myself. I feel like I just got a way better understanding of everything, and I don't know. I didn't ever like not care about any of my assignments or anything. I actually did all the work, and it felt really good to you know get it all done and learn something from it. So that's that. Um, how did you grow? I think one of the main things that I grew in, or one of the main categories I grew in, was just like knowledge. Like I didn't know half the stuff about any of the things covered in the lesson facilitations before they were actually thrown at us. So it was really, really cool to see how different some students are, but how you can still, you know, cope with their needs and special learning abilities. Um, I think it's really important that you do that because I mean you can't just have students being lost because they're just different. So I think that was one way I grew. Another way I grew is just being responsible about getting things turned in. And one thing I felt like I really grew in was group assignments, just planning things out better, um, just, learning how to organize things a little better, I guess. I'm a very organized person as is, so it was kind of nice to be able to work with other people and figure out how I could work around people's things and stuff like that. I think that's another place I grew at. I would say another one I grew at was kind of a little bit my fear of like public speaking. I'm not like a huge person who likes to just go up and talk in front of people. I'm pretty shy. So being able to go up in front of a classroom and actually, talk and not like feel any, you know, fear or anything of it. It was really nice to be able to grow in that category. What did I learn? Um, like I said, I learned a lot about the different kinds of um, disorders and needs and special characteristics of certain students, um, especially in like the ones that I did, like diagnosed communication disorders. I learned a lot about those. And then I had the ILP, and I learned more about autism. And I honestly didn't even know what autism was. Like whenever people told me that maybe their brother, their sister, someone had autism that they knew, I'd be kind of like, yeah, I know what you mean. And honestly, I had no idea what they meant. Like I didn't know what autism was. So it was nice to be able to research it and, you know, figure out how to work around a kid with autism. And my partner actually had autism, so it was kind of cool to see firsthand kind of what it's like, or personal stories that he told me and stuff like that. So that was one thing that I learned for sure that I'll use for the rest of my life, just knowing what autism is. What learning experiences will you take with you as a future teacher? Um, well, there's a lot of things that I think. For my group project, I'm not trying to trash my group, but I think it's important not to rely on others. Um, always do your work. even if it is a group project, make sure you get your end of the part done. Another thing that I think that I learned was important was to accommodate to every student's special needs, even if they are special ed, if they're regular ed, if they have something wrong with them, if they're completely normal. You just need to make every student feel special because some students can't learn if they don't feel like they're special, if they're just being mistreated. So I think those were important. Another couple things that I learned were just being fun about things. I'm already pretty like I like to have fun, so I think just being fun about things makes everything just better. It makes students want to learn. So that's another category I thought I can improve in. What do you think this course, the teachers and the students, and the assignments and stuff like that? I really liked you. Like you were a great teacher, Dr. G. You were very understanding. You were very knowledgeable. You knew how to um, plan everything out really well. Even with we had kind of crunch time at times with like every 2 weeks meeting, but I mean you were very clear on everything. You were very supportive of us. Very nice. Just a great teacher. You were a great lady. I really liked being in your class. The students, I really liked my classmates. It was like all girls, so I was really overwhelmed at first. But then I realized that we were all there for the same purpose. So it made it a little less overwhelming for me. But everyone was really accepting. Everyone was very, positive. Everyone um, gave a lot of good feedback. And, I really liked the students in the class. And it was hard for me to learn their names because, we only met every 2 weeks. So, like, you'd learn their names and forget about them for a week. And then you come back and be like, oh, hey. But it was kind of hard to do that. But, I mean, I knew who they were. So that was kind of cool. And the assignments, I liked the assignments. Um, Again with groups, I'm not a huge like group person, but I understand the importance of working in groups. Um, it's kind of hard sometimes with me because I'm such a perfectionist and I like things done a certain way. So that's kind of tricky with me, but I understand why we have to do it and why we did do it. But the rest of the assignments I thought were very easy, very reasonable. Um, I love how you did tech tools. Like using this right now is so much easier for me than typing papers. I just think it's so easy to talk things out, and rather than putting it on paper, I just can't put my thoughts to paper sometimes. It's just hard for me. So being able to do this is really nice, and having variety in how I can hand things in was awesome. It was a great course. And then if I would make any changes, would I? Honestly, not really. No. Maybe meeting more. That would be kind of cool so we could do more things. Um, I mean, we didn't really have to cover a whole bunch of stuff that semester, but I mean, just meeting more, I mean, would be really cool just to get different insight on things because you know how to teach, you know how things work. So, I mean, it was really cool to see how your ideas tied in with everyone else's and you made the assignments and stuff. But maybe just a little more time in the classroom. Um, Everything else I felt was very straightforward. I didn't have any problems with anything else. Um, like I said, like the group work wasn't a huge. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I understand why it's needed. Like I completely want you to leave the group work in, um, and that's about it. Like I really don't have any other complaints about the class. The class was really fun. I really enjoyed it, um, and I'm kind of looking forward to the mini me project. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but figuring it out still. But yeah, that's my final course reflection. I really enjoyed the class, and I'm looking forward to our last meeting. Thanks again for being a great teacher, Dr. G.